No. Listen, I put up the assignment for tomorrow, but it's not a new worksheet. Same one from yesterday. All right. Now, so we're going to take a look at number 8. I think did I give you the answer to 8A already?
Yes.
I don't think I gave you the answer.
No, I remember.
Right, but I think I said, okay, just finish it up.
Yeah.
Right. So let's talk about it real quick. Now, because the picture isn't there, I'm going to refresh your memory. All right, you're making a walkway, right? And your walkway, if you recall, your sidewalk is just a long what? A long rectangle. Is everybody with me on this?
Yes.
Right, everybody understands that, correct? And we have in here, there are 10 square yards, correct? And we said that yesterday that it wasn't 30 inches, but it was what? Who remembers
36.
what? No. Thank you. It was 5/6 of a yard wide. All right. The reason why it has to be in yards is because our area is in what? Yards. And the units have to be the same. So now, if you're not understanding what I'm saying, like I try to tell you, now's the time to speak up. All right. What?
I'm just a little confused. So you got 5-6 yards because you did you simplified.
Because it was 30 inches wide. 30 out of 36. So if you do 30 out of 36 on your calculator, that will reduce to 5/6. Now you happy?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So now I'm trying to find the length, how long it could be. Right? Now we said yesterday that area is equal to length times width. And what was our area again? Hello guys, what's our area? No, what's the area of the shape that I just have?
8 1/3.
You're killing me. It's 10. Wow. The area is 10. How do I know it's 10? Because it tells you it's 10. The area is 10. All right, then they give you a length of something we don't know, right? So that's unknown. And then my width is what? 5/6. So how do I figure out now how long my sidewalk will be?
10 divided by 5.
Yay, very good. Excellent work. So your length is equal to 10 divided by 5/6. And that's going to be how much?
12
12. So the length is 12 what, though?
inches.
No.
Oh, yards.
12 yards. Not square yards, because we don't measure length with squares. All right? Allison, are you good with that? Now listen, now's the time to speak up honestly. The area of a rectangle is length times width. If they give you length and width, you multiply. If they give you area, you divide. All right, we know that. All right? So let's move on to the next one. Now let's say it says, suppose you want the walkway to be 6 2/3 yards. So that means I want the walkway this way to be 16 2/3. Right? I've measured a nice little pathway in my yard, and I measured it to be 16 2/3 yards. But I only have what? I only have 10 yards of material. I only have 10 square yards. So how do I figure out how wide I can make it? What? Come on, what's the matter? Speak up now.
How would you do the problem again?
That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're talking about.
Oh.
So do you understand you have an area of 10 square yards, and you want your walkway to be 16 2/3 yards long. The question is, how wide can you make your sidewalk? Come on, someone can tell me how to do this. Nobody? Ben? What am I dividing, Ben? But what's first, Ben? Loud and proud. Come on, Ben. So what am I doing? So basically here's what I'm trying to tell you, Ben. I want you to tell me that your area is equal to length times width. That's what I want you to do. Is everybody happy with that explanation so far? What again is the area of the sidewalk? 10. That's not going to change. It's 10. I want the length to be what? 16 2/3. So I'm trying to find the width. He was correct. You divide. But he said it incorrectly because he said 16 2/3 divided by 10 rather than what?
10 divided by 16 and 2/3.
Exactly. 10 divided by 16 2/3 is equal to the width. 3/5. Now, units are important. So you're going to say 3/5 what? 3/5 of a yard. Exactly right. 3/5 of a yard. Everybody happy with that explanation now?
Is that our final answer?
That's your final answer. All right, so your rectangle or your walkway is going to be 16 2/3 yards by 3/5 yards. Now, what do you think is going to happen, Will, if I take 16 2/3 and I multiply it by 3/5?
Should I do it right
No, you're supposed to tell me what the answer is. If I take 16 2/3 and multiply by 3/5, what was the answer? Everybody knows what 16 2/3 times 3/5 is. What is it? Somebody help him.
10.
Of course, it's 10.
Because you just did it.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's the connection you need to be making. Now, listen to me, guys. Look up here, because this to me is what's hard. Does it look like 16 2/3 times 3/5 is 10?
No.
That's why most kids are confused. That doesn't look right. Alex, are you listening? I'm telling you, now's the time you got to be listening to me. Is everybody with me? I'm agreeing with you. 16 2/3 times 3/5 doesn't look like 10. That's why kids make a mistake. They don't think it's true. Right? But do we know how to multiply fractions together?
Yes.
Yes. If I multiply 16 2/3 times 3/5, you better believe that it's going to be what? 10. Because we just did what? 10 divided by 16 2/3.
And it's 3/5.
Right? It's the reverse of that. Exactly correct. All right? So don't think that you're wrong just because you get a strange answer. It doesn't look right for a reason. All right? So just be careful with that. All right? Now, again, that's a super important problem, guys. Super important. All right? Now, let's take a look at the next one. What?
Oh, so since it was area, you divided it?
Yes. Yes. No, I'm going to call on you guys. All right? Here we go. Now, on this one, I don't think it's that difficult. So let's take a look at what the question says. It says, use a table to find the cost of buying the amount of fabric. Now, cost is usually in what? Cents, correct? Do we really use fractions when we're doing cents?
No.
No, not money.
It just doesn't
All right.
make sense.
So on number 9, on number 9, I'm buying 3 1/4 yards of brown fabric. How much does it cost for brown fabric?
$5.
So what am I going to do to find the total cost?
5 times.
There you go. So multiply that by 5, please.
16.
Now listen to me. Hold on a second. Stop and just listen for a second. The answer is 16 1/4.
Yeah.
Now I know, stop, I know, just listen. I'm trying to teach you how to use the calculator. All right, I know the answer to 16 1/4, like you know it's really supposed to be written as $16.25. I know you know that because everybody knows what a fourth is. But now the point is I'm trying to show you how to use your calculator. So everybody should have 16 1/4 on their calculator. I'm now going to show you how cool your calculator is because it can change a fraction to a decimal and a decimal to a fraction. Now listen to me. Don't tell me I don't have this on my calculator because you do. You just have to find it. All right? This is the button I'm looking for. That's on there. All right? So first of all, you have to put it on your calculator 16 1/4. So put that on there, 16 1/4. Now, you want to convert that to a decimal. So to convert that to a decimal, you have to find that button. So you hit the second or third, depending on what calculator you're using. and then you hit that button, and then hit in. No, that's not it. You have to hit the second button. You with me? And it'll convert it to a decimal. All right? If you're having trouble, type in 16 1/4. Now hit the second. And where's the F to D place?
Oh, that's simple.
And then enter.
I know.
Now, if you want to convert it back to a fraction, hit second and hit that button again, and it'll convert it back to a fraction for you. So it can convert from decimals to fractions and fractions to decimals. Right.
I see the F.
So you hit the second button, like I said, second, hit that, then hit that, then hit enter. Miracle.
Oh.
Isn't that nice?
How do you do that?
Guys, you know how to do it now?
You press second, then that button. Second equals, and then you press second again.
Second.
What? Spin height.
Look at you, man. Now hit second and that button again, and it converts it to a fraction. Are you good? You know how to do it? You sure? So type it in, 16 1/4. Let me see. Do you understand it? How to do it? Come on, girl. Come on.
I don't know how you
Just do 6.5. Do the decimal. This says fraction to decimal. You hear me? So you hit second. Hit that button. Hit that button. There you go. Nice, right? So now hit it again. Second. Hit it again. Now converts it to decimal. It's nice, isn't it? Very good. Okay, now listen to me, please. Your last little lesson on the calculator goes like this. Here, listen to me now. The one other nice thing about your calculator is that it can convert from a mixed to an improper. So on your calculator, look at this, please. Stop talking and pay attention, or you're going to miss something, which causes me to walk around the room and waste a bunch of time. So your calculator has this. That's a what? Mixed fraction. Does everybody agree?
Yes.
Now, the one above that, I think, is D over C, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the symbol for improper, right?
Oh.
So what you can do now is type in 16 1/4 again, and then you hit second, and then hit the ABC button again, and it converts it to a improper fraction. Isn't that nice? All right, so I'm not walking around the room. Again, I'm not walking around the room. You're supposed to figure that out. All right? Miles, you good?
Yes.
Boys in the back, are you good?
Yes.
You know how to convert from mixed to improper, improper to mixed.
Yes.
You also know to go to a fraction to a decimal.
Yes.
All right, so you're a master of the calculator. All right, what's the matter, Alex? It does work. All right, so let's do 2. ABC 1. Come on, that's right. Second. Come on, man, you can listen. You're a better listener than that. Come on, Will. You hear me? Come on. All right. Hey, now listen. I'm kind of happy with Will because if he doesn't understand something, he just asks me.
That's true.
All right, and that's what I want from everybody. But I also get frustrated because I feel like he's not listening sometimes. All right, or he's trying to do something else. I don't mind helping, but you have to listen to what I'm saying. Right now, I know some of you didn't understand what I said by hitting the second button, right?
Yeah.
Now everybody knows what the second button is. All right, but you have to explore on your own. That's what separates you from everybody else. You should be inquisitive. You should want to know what I'm saying. Just because it doesn't work the first time, try it again. and try it again, and try it again, and don't give up on it. All right? The calculator is not going to know what to do unless you tell it what to do. All right? So again, very important now. You know how to use your calculator completely. You can do fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions, improper to mixed, mixed to improper. All right? It does a lot of stuff. All right? That can save you a bunch of time if you know how to use it properly. All right? So now, everybody should be able to do quickly now 10 through 14. All right? Because it's the same exact process. All right? So, for example, number 10, I need to buy 2.5 yards. So it would be 2.5 times the cost of yellow is what? $8 per yard. Are you writing this all down? The answer is not acceptable. The answer, is everybody hearing me? The answer is not acceptable. You have to write exactly what I'm writing down. That way, when you're studying, you know how you got the answer. All right? So now, what's 2.5 times 8?
$20.
$20. All right? So now I need everybody to finish quickly 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. You got 30 seconds. Write it down. Type in the calculator. Okay, I'll give you a minute. Quickly. Shh, we're not asking. Just let them finish. You get busy. Same problems. 11, 12, 13, 14. And if you're real smart, you can do 15. I guess, yes, it's probably right. 30 more seconds. Don't wait for somebody else. Okay, Logan, what did you tell me about number 11? What did you get? I'm sorry, Hunter.
Oh, number 11?
Yes. I had my years running different. I had a Logan Hunter last year.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so that's why sometimes things come out wrong. Go ahead, tell me.
Okay, so there's 5 3/8 yards. So you take 5 3/8 and multiply it by 6 because
That's right. So tell me what the answer is.
The total answer?
Yes, very good.
32.25.
$32.25. Now you're writing the dollar sign. Did anybody else agree with 32.25? Everybody happy with that?
Yes.
All right, Caroline, you're up. Number 12.
Me and Caroline are up. Oh, the other Caroline's gone. So you take 10 and 3 yards and you multiply that by pink, which is $7, and then you make it a decimal. So it's $75.25.
$75.25. Everybody happy with that?
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yeah.
You sure? Because you look like you were off in La La Land somewhere. All right, come on. Next, Catherine.
Okay, 13, so it would be 15 2/3 times 9, which would be $140.
$141. Anybody agree with that?
Yep.
All right. Tell me about 14. What's the answer? You.
Sorry. Ooh, sorry, which question?
Number 14.
Table.
Okay. So, I really am lost.
I'm on 14. 9 3/5.
9
That's okay.
3/5
I'm glad you
times
admit
4.
it. 9 3/5 times 4.
$38.40.
That's what I got.
But why do you think you're lost though?
Just because I forgot where we were.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, tell me again what you got for 14.
I got $38.40.
$38.40. Now trust yourself, okay? $38.40. If it's wrong, we're going to tell you there's nothing wrong with being wrong. Is everybody happy with $38.40?
Yes, sir.
Everybody's good with $38.40?
Yep.
All right, now let's see how smart you are with 15. It says you have $50 and you got to buy all the blue fabric that you can possibly buy. All right? You got $50, all right? And how much does it cost for the blue fabric? Miles, tell me how to do this one.
So you have $50.
Yep.
And you need all of the blue fabric you can get. How many yards can you buy?
Well, I think I heard that somewhere before, but go ahead.
So what you do is, since blue is $6, you do 50 divided by 6.
You're awesome, buddy. 50 divided by 6, and
50 divided by 6 is 8.3 repeating.
So now you don't go up to somebody and say, "Hey, I want 8.3 repeating."
I know.
You have to convert that to a fraction.
To a fraction, which is 8 and 3/9.
Which is reduced.
1/3.
You're awesome. That's exactly right. That's a way not to use your calculator. I appreciate that. All right? You with me now?
Miles.
Right. So again, converting decimals to fractions when they're supposed to be fractions, and you convert fractions to decimals when they're supposed to be decimals. When is something supposed to be a decimal? When you're talking about money. All right? Don't tell me I paid $5.05. All right? That doesn't make sense. All right? So use the decimals when you can. All right? Now, this now becomes kind of like a review of all the different types of problems. So for question number 16, it says a mirror is 13.5 inches wide and 21 1/4 inches long. What is the area? How do I find the area on that, Allison? Yes? Yes, ma'am. Very good. Very good. So now, on your paper, you have to have 13 1/2 times 21 1/4. So I know you know what you're doing. I don't want just the answer. Now she's going to tell me what the answer is. We're waiting patiently. Whoa. I don't think 30. You might have added by accident. Something. Multiply that. Come on, girl.
That's what I got.
286 and now units, we would say square inches because we're making area. Do you hear me? All right. Be careful with what you're doing, typing in. All right. I'm not sure why you're making a mistake. Be careful. All right, Alex. A deer mouse is 7 1/4 inches long, including its tail. If its tail is half its total body length, how long is the tail? You're awesome, buddy. 7 1/4 divided by 2, and I'm here for you to tell me what that answer is. How much? 3 5/8 what? Very nice work. 3 5/8 inches. Very good. All right. Now here we go for 18. It says a recipe for sourdough rye bread calls for 3/4 cups of rye flour and 1 2/3 cups of bread flour. How many cups of flour will you need all together? Hurry up, hurry up. How many do I need all together? Who hasn't said anything today? Hanson. What do I have to do on number 18? I don't know what the answer. I don't want you to tell me what the answer is. I want you to tell me what I have to do.
So you just have to, how many cups of flour do you want?
That's all you have to do is add them. So on your paper, you're writing 3/4 plus 1 2/3, and I'm waiting.
Is that 2 5/12?
Anybody else get that?
Yes.
Now you're not going to write down 2 5/12. You're going to write down 2 5/12 what? Cups. All right.
We don't write like.
I'm going to mark off if you don't put the units in, and they have to be proper units. That's correct. All right. Number 19. All right, Kate, here we go. It says a piece of lumber that was cut to be 1 1/2 inches thick shrinks down to 1 9/32 inches thick. after losing its moisture and drying out? What's the difference? What do I have to do? You're awesome. And tell me what that is.
7:32.
Yes. 7/30 seconds. And again, you have to write down inches. Yes, ma'am. Yes. All right, here we go. So question number 20. Uh-oh, you got a tricky one now. You got to think about this one now. Hey, everybody needs to put a star by number 20. All right, everybody needs to put a star by number 20. It's kind of tricky, but I'm confident here. All right, so what do I have to do? First of all, I want to draw this out. All right, I need everybody to draw themselves a rectangle. All right, draw yourself a rectangle. And then I want you to put the perimeter is 23 and a half. Do you remember what perimeter means to do, though? What is that? Adding up all the sides. Then it says the shorter sides is 5 2/3. So I put 5 2/3 here, 5 2/3 here, and right now I'm missing that. So you tell me what I should do first.
All right. So you do 5 2/3, and you do it times 2.
Yay, very smart. So the first thing, hold up. The first thing she said was I take 5 2/3 and multiply that by 2. And tell me what that comes out to be.
11 1/3.
You're awesome. 11 1/3. Now what do I have to do?
And then you take the perimeter.
Right?
And you do 23.
Boys.
Half, minus 11 1.
Beautiful. So what is that?
And that's 12 1/6. And then
You're
you do
awesome.
that divided by 2.
Wow, that was very smart. Why did you divide it by 2?
Because the answer before that was like the 2 longest.
That's right. The 2 longer sides. All right? And so your final answer worked out to be what, please?
6
6 1/12 inches. That was really good. Really, really good. All right, so the answer here was 6 1/12. All right? Now listen, what we're going to do now is I'm going to kind of flip through and I'm going to try to give you a little heads up. All right? On some of the ones that you might have a little trouble with. All right? So here we go. I want to scroll up and the first thing I want to come to is 28. What does that mean?
Oh, I know.
Go ahead.
3/4 divided by 8.
Yes, that's called a complex fraction. That just means 3/4 divided by 8/3. Now I know you can type that in the calculator, so I'm not really concerned. All right, that's just a heads up. So that's what you should be scrolling down. That's what you should be writing down. All right. Now the next one I want to talk about is question number 36. Pay attention, please. Scroll down to 36. This is the algebra part of it, all right, where we're just plugging the numbers in. So in this case, it would be 2 4/5 times 5/7 plus 5 1/4. And you can literally just type that straight into the calculator and hit enter at the end. That's what you're doing. Everybody hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Here's how you show your work. Just what I'm doing. You have to write that down on your paper. All right, I don't want just the answer. I want you to be able to, if you have to study, you got to figure out how you did it. I want you to be able to see how you did it. All right, what was that answer?
7 1/4.
All right, 7 1/4. Now, the next thing I want to do is I want to show you on 37, because your calculator actually has what?
Parentheses.
Yeah, so now we're going to learn how to use the parentheses. So on your calculator, you would do 1/2, open parentheses, then it would be 5/7 times 5 1/4 minus 1, close the parentheses, and hit equals. Everybody needs to know how to use their calculator. All right, so everybody do that for me real quick.
Should I write that?
Yes, everybody has to write that. All right, that's how I know you've done the work. And somebody tell me when they've done that. And what is that answer?
It
Two and
comes to
3/4.
1 and 3.
Okay, we got multiple answers here.
I got 2 and 3/4.
2 and 3/4. 2 and 3/4.
Oh, I didn't. I thought I did 1/4.
Yeah, at the end you got to hit equals. All right, now listen, I'm telling you, you're supposed to make mistakes now. You're deciding whether or not you can handle technology right now, honestly. Seriously. All right, you're typing it in 1/2 times, and then you can open parentheses and type it straight in. All right, I don't know what the answer is. Somebody said the answer is,
2 and 3/4.
somebody said 2 and 3/4, but I'm not taking her word for it. I need about 4 or 5 of you to confirm that.
2 and 3/4.
All right. Now, if you got something different, that's okay. Figure out where you made your mistake. But I am getting 5 or 6 or 7 people now saying that's correct. Is everybody agreeing with me?
Now it is.
Again, now listen to me. Tomorrow when I look at your work, this has to be on there. You see what I'm saying? I want you to write that down so you know what. So I know you know what's going on. All right. Now, again, your job is to try to do all of the problems. In class tomorrow, what's going to happen is I'm going to check your work when you walk in the door and see how much you got accomplished. And then after that, we're going to go over any problems that you had. And then after that, we're going to start the new worksheet. Does everybody hear me? So your job tonight is to, number 1, try to get your parents to get you a calculator. And number 2, try to answer all 40 questions. All right, is everybody good? Now, let's say for some strange reason you don't have a calculator tonight. You need to get here at 7:30 in the morning and write all the things down, how to do the problems, and then when you get here, you can use the calculator to finish it up. Does everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right, but make sure you get a calculator because we're definitely going to use it on the test or the quiz on Friday. Is everybody happy with that explanation?
Yes.
All right, now get to work. All right, well, I saved this.